Hey, welcome to another Milepost here on the V-Twin Life. V-Twin Life is brought to you by a few great companies. One being Crash Inc. Clothing. You can find them out of Oregon. Great company, specialized in clothes, doing work on bikes now. You can check them out at crashinclothing.com. They got a lot of great stuff. Hey, head on over there. Maybe they got something you like. And we can't forget Wild Ass. You like pounding miles, you like riding, you want to be in comfort? Hey, maybe strap a Wild Ass under your ass and ride with an air cushion and be comfortable for hours. And can't forget Custom Dynamics, leading the industry in lighting LED technology. Man, these guys got some great stuff. So head on over to Custom Dynamics and check it out. Now, let's get to another milepost of the V-Twin Life. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back. It's been a hot minute since it's been around. Took the holidays off, but tonight we're joined. We got Milepost 121 with Mr. Loko, another Northwest brother up out of here, out of the good old Pacific Northwest. We're gonna hang out, talk some stories, and hear some epic shit that's going on. What's going on, buddy?
Not a lot, man. Not a lot. Just got back from a weekend on the bike and trying to settle back in for the week to come.
Nice, nice. So let's dive in. That's how I like to do with everybody. So where did you find motorcycles? Where did it come into life for you?
Well, I started. Well, I never. A lot of people started in like dirt bikes, and that's not the case for me. Went to went and enlisted. I was in the military. Went overseas 3 times, but on return of my first trip, it was one of those things. I getting back, and I'm just like, you know what? I just got a wild hair, and I'm like, I want to ride a motorcycle. So I did just that, and did my Team Oregon thing. The state sponsored like safety course in order to get your license or whatnot. Went and did that, and I was like, heck yeah, I could do this. So went down to a dealer, not a Harley dealer. I didn't start out on Harley, but I went with a little tiny bike, little Vulcan 500. Bought it brand new, and rolled out of there, and I bombed all over the Northwest with that little thing, little 500cc. It was, I thought I was on cloud nine, man.
Well, it's
But
like my first cruiser. I had the Suzuki Boulevard C50. It was the first
yeah,
cruiser that I had when I got decided to leave this sport bike-ish scene. Said nah, enough of this, and I went out the Boulevard. I rode the hell out of that too.
yeah. The Boulevard is a good bike. I've ridden a couple of those, from time to time, and yeah, that's a good solid motorcycle. Oh, wife's watching. She says, "Hey, Jason, what's up, man?"
What's that?
But
But then outside also. But thank you for your service in the military also.
yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, after that, spent a little time on that bike, bombing around the Northwest, and it was, I was like kind of like, well, I think I want to go Harley now. So I ended up getting a Sportster 1200. It was 2003, 18-inch ape hangers on it. The front end was raked out a little bit. Forward controls, that thing was ripping, and it was bored out 10 over 1200 too. So the motor was worked on quite a bit, and yeah, that thing ripped. That was a fun bike, and it was just kind of a natural progression. Okay, so a little tiny bike, go a little bit bigger, but still small for a Harley, and then I was just went full retard and went straight from Sportster straight to a street glide after my next upgrade was in like
Hey, why not?
2009. And honestly, I've just been a bagger guy ever since. It's the ability to store stuff. I have no desire to be on say a Dyna or any of the smaller framed bikes. It's just I do long distance, and that's what's comfortable. So
Yeah, I agree.
mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So what got you into wanting? I mean, as you got in with the Vulcan and started riding, and when did it kind of click that you really enjoyed kind of traveling on two wheels?
The Hell's Canyon motorcycle rally in
Okay.
2008. I went in 2008. That was the first time that I went to that rally, and that's over in Baker City, Oregon. It's a small rally, and it quit for a number of years, but some gal recently brought it back. That was a local in Baker City, and now it's called the Baker City Motorcycle Rally. But anyway, so I live over on the I-5 corridor in Woodburn, right? So I go from Woodburn on a 500cc bike, cut across the state over to Baker City, because it's right on the border of Idaho and Oregon. And just cutting across the state, all of a sudden I'm free on two wheels, and I'm just ripping across the state, and ripping across the desert in Central Oregon, and it was one of those things where it's just freeing, stress free. You just keep on trucking, and I just fell in love, man. Fell in love. I had, at that time, brand new to motorcycling, just didn't know what was going on, but my bike was just loaded with stuff. Loaded, little 500cc, had a big ass tea bag that was just chock full of, clothes and sleeping bags and tent and, just all of these things. And, because I didn't really know what to expect. And it was a great learning experience for me on that trip. And, not only did I fall in love with the traveling aspect of motorcycles, but, just learning, what do I need? What do I not need? That kind of stuff. And ever since then, it's been, I'm going places on this motorcycle. I don't even care.
Well, from where you're at going east, that's one of my favorites. I love to go up, head out like Gresham and head up Mount Hood, then up, Government Camp, and then cut down to, where the hell you drop down? Is it Biggs Junction?
Hood River.
Yeah. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a fun ride. And
oh yeah, it's fantastic.
That was part of the first year of Monsters Over Mountains. We went up to up over Mount Hood and stopped down at Lake Trillium. Did some pictures and stuff down there, a little drone video.
Yeah, Trillium
Lake, a beautiful place.
Beautiful. I've stopped there for motorcycle pictures and other pictures. I've took an overnighter with my dog one time. Just did kayaking up there. It was beautiful lake, great views of the mountain.
Yeah, they don't like when you ride your bike out on a little dam or dike, whatever they want to call it. They got pissed off we all took our bikes out there.
Really? I've never had a problem with it. I wonder why.
Oh, I don't know. Park ranger dude came out yelling at us like, we'll be done in a minute, man. We got to get some pictures.
Yeah, he can screw off.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's great. And then one place I really like to stop there is White River, the White River Snow Park. It's just past Government Camp. You're starting to head down. You come, around like the east side of the mountain just a smidge, and it'll be up on the left. Take a left turn. There's big open riverbed and big old parking lot. You stop there, and there's pictures aplenty there too. It's great.
I went up to Timberline. I've been up there years ago when my son was playing baseball down in Clackamas. Had an early morning game, so then had the afternoon. So I went up Mount Hood. That was my first time, and then went up to Timberline Lodge and checked that out, and it was pretty cool.
It's high up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be 90 down there and be 40 up there. I found that out.
Yeah, the temperature variant is huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, as I'm going up there in a vest and like, fuck. I mean, it was hot as can be down in Clackamas, down that area, but shit, not up top.
Yeah, no, that changes real quick.
It does. But no, isn't the Hell's Canyon, didn't that also come part of with the Pendleton Bike Week? Because don't they run the Rattlesnake 400 during the Pendleton Bike Week?
I don't know much about Pendleton Bike Week.
Okay.
I've never been to that one. But I know that they are on different weekends. So they might incorporate Hell's Canyon into Pendleton Bike Week, because I mean it's not too
I know
far away.
The Pendleton one, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a 4-day. And they have, I think it's Saturday is what they call it, the Rattlesnake 400.
Is that just a 400-mile ride?
I think so. Yeah, up through the Rattlesnake Canyon.
Yep.
Up towards LeGrand Enterprise, and that's a beautiful freaking ride. I love that one.
And does it go through Hell's Canyon? Part of it? You have to go down
part of it,
dam and then turn around.
Frank says they were separate events.
Yeah,
I haven't ridden it at the Pendleton Bike Week, but I mean I've been through the area, so I don't know exactly what their route is. It's been on my bucket list to go check it out, but it seems always to correspond when I got other events going.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah, that sounds like a good time.
But it's one of those fun ones, that's in this area that could be kind of cool to go check out sometime. So one of these times, I'm going to get to it and see what's going on with it.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. I'll hit you up, see if you can make it.
Yeah, and depending on when it is, and if it coincides with Mile Monster stuff or
When
Hoka
is it?
event, because that's coming up.
Yeah. So let's dive into that, man. What you got? What got you into the long distance? Where did you really find out that you really enjoyed the long distance riding and pushing yourself, the endurance?
Well, I really started out with just doing long trips up and down the West Coast. And one day, I looked at my wife and I was like, you know what? I want to do a saddle sore 1000. I want to see if I can do that. And so between the two of I had like, I don't know, 750-mile days, 600-mile days, no problem, right? And for her longest day was like 200 miles on the bike. And went ahead and said, okay, well, let's do this 1000. We'll go down to like LA because we were going to go down and see her cousin in Phoenix. So we went down to LA, and then we're going to cut across to the east. So we decided, okay, let's try and make it to LA, because that was, Redlands is where we were shooting for. And if we can make it, awesome. If not, no biggie. So we really set it up to where there wasn't much pressure on it,
Mm-hmm.
and but we just wanted to give it a shot. Well, 200 miles in, she was fine. 400 miles in, she was fine. She kept on trucking. I thought for sure we were going to give up, 750 miles, 600 miles, somewhere around there. Like, like the longest ride I had done it in the past. And no, she was a total badass. She was a total badass, and went the whole way through with me. And, I was pretty determined, but, once we got past that 600-mile mark or so, it was just like, both of us kind of looked at each other and we're like, all right, we're going to do this. And
Nice.
we got her done.
Yeah, it's fun. It gets addicting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh, it really does. And then, after that, it was okay. Well, I did a saddle sore 1000. Cool. What's next? What's the next challenging thing? And I don't know. In my, as Wright would say, it broken brain, it went right from a saddle sore 1000 to, yeah, let's do the Hoka.
Well, that was the other thing I don't think I've ever heard. How'd you find Mile Monsters? How'd you
Through
get entwined with that?
through the Hoka, really.
Okay.
I didn't I didn't know anything about the Mile Monsters until I went to Rendezvous and met a lot of the Hoka Hay riders, and they just happened to be both sides. A lot of Mile Monsters are Hoka Hay riders also, and vice
Mm-hmm.
versa. Um, so I hear all these people that I'm just meeting talking about Mile Monsters, and started looking into it. I'm like, oh, wow, that's pretty rad. Helping out these boys. This is awesome. Calling them heroes. Heck yeah. So I just went ahead and said, oh, you know what? Let's do it. So I started trying to do the Mile Monster events. I saw Honor and what she was doing. I was like, Honor Roll Week, yeah, I'm gonna try that. And so I did it. Went through and did my Honor Roll Week. I was like, yeah, I could do this. And I got to talking with Honor a little bit here and there, saying, hey, you're doing great. Encouraging words. And I said, hey, I'm gonna pitch something to you. What what do you got going on when you're done? She goes, well, I don't know. I'm just done, I guess. What do you think about passing the torch on to me? And she's like, ooh. And it said, we can talk to Riot about it and see where we go from there. And it just kind of, I messaged Riot and he goes, are you crazy? Well, yeah, kind of.
A little bit.
The name kind of speaks for itself, but the went from there and it just snowballed, and here I am on let's see, day 7, 1 week in. I was made it 1 week at least.
It's a start, and one day at a time.
Yep, that's exactly it. And I was really hoping to get to 500. I made a post about it earlier, but the fundraising portion of this, I was hoping to get to 500 in the first week. So I'm kind of curious as to where we're at right now. I'm going to go ahead and look that up real quick while you're talking.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I've seen you got the thing. What is the Loko Motion?
Yep, Loko Motion 366.
Good
And
old
we're
leap year.
yeah, yep, exactly. Yeah, and that
Get the
came up.
extra day.
I don't think anybody realized that maybe until Monster Monday when it was announced, and and somebody goes, "It's a leap year. It's actually 366 days," and everybody's kind of like, "Oh shoot, okay." Yeah, we're still at 361 days. So, or I'm sorry, $361 in the first week. So 139 to go to
Hey,
get
it's
to
still,
500.
it's awesome. Every penny, every dollar that, everybody raised when it comes to doing what we can is just, it's amazing. Especially, you go to some of these events and you get to meet the boys personally and, even interact with the videos and online social media. And it just makes it that much more personal. And,
Mhm.
it hits differently.
Yeah, no, and it does. And I pretty much said from the get go when I signed up for the locomotion, well, just at the time riding every day. I said straight up, like one of my goals this year is to meet every single one of the boys. So, with Alfie and Jack, I gotta time that just right, to where they're coming to the States. So I'm gonna be reaching out to the family at some point and see what might be a good time for them when they come to the States, that sort of thing. But it is most certainly a goal.
Yeah. I was fortunate to get to meet them when we were at the end of the Monster 100 in Sturgis.
Right? Yeah, yeah. No, that
That
was
was
that was
cool.
good timing. I'm glad they were
Yeah.
able to make it too, because all this work's being done here in the States. They're over in Ireland. I'm glad that they were able to get over and experience the end of the road party. That was great for them.
Yeah, that was a quite the epic event. It's so cool how everybody within the community, they come together and, through the work of a lot of people, everybody gets on the same page. Is like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And, we all you sacrifice what you can, but you do what you can for these boys. It's just cool to see the growth of how Mile Monsters has grown. I think it's
hmm
absolutely impressive.
Oh yeah, even in the last couple of years, year or two, that I've been looking at it involved, and even just then, like you know, I feel it's grown an enormous amount. I don't know. That could be partially just because I'm doing the locomotion and I'm in it every single day now. But I feel like it has grown quite a bit.
Oh, Dylan's awesome.
Yeah, world famous.
That's right. Actually, it was fun getting met up actually with Dylan and all them. Ran into them up at Boar's Nest.
hmm
We're all going for a ride on, I think it was Sunday because it was the day before Amy and I had to start working with Wild Ass, and so we did some riding and Devil's Tower, and actually no, that was actually the Devil's Tower run that day. And then we went up to the Boar's Nest, have grab a beer and some lunch, and lo and behold, Riot and Amy are up there, and Misty and Dylan, and had some of the crew up there, so that was fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's so much fun riding. I mean, after going over there last year for the Hokill for the send off and everybody left, going over there definitely pre-rally. It's like Amy and I, we were there for a couple days with me and her girlfriend, and Hayden, my son, rode over with us. And of course, Jason rode up from Texas and got to meet him, and we all hung out. But it's like, fuck, I want to get back over there, but I'd love to do it, you know, June, early July, of course, pre-rally, because there's so much shit to see. And when you
hmm
don't have that big a crowd, it's an awesome place.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I've never been to Sturgis. That's the one place that I want to, one rally I want to go to, real bad bucket list item, but just have never made it there.
Hey, Kelfire, did you get the P5, which is the newer one? I know that's the one I got, and I really like it. It's a great little air compressor for sure. They are handy, especially keeping on your bike, because plus these Lexans, like what she was talking about, their P5 air pump. It's also can be you can plug in and charge your phone off it. It can air up your tires multiple times. You preset where you want the air and just stick it on and hit go.
Yeah, that's cool.
They are slick.
How long does it take to air up the tire from,
Not
say,
long.
flat, maybe?
From flat to full in about for a motorcycle, maybe 60 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
And you can air up probably I would say 10 plus tires on one charge.
That's pretty good.
A full charge to air up a car tire from flat. Yeah.
I believe that. Car tire is a much different story.
Yeah. A lot more circumference in air.
Oh, most certainly.
So have you got a route planned or any ideas for when you do the Monster K? Well, I guess I should ask, are you going down for the Monster K?
To Lebanon? Yeah, that's the plan. The plan is we will make it to Lebanon, Kansas, geographic center of, was that North America or the country? I couldn't remember.
Lower 48, so the continental United States.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to that. From all accounts, from what Riot's saying, it's gonna be one hell of a party. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm really looking forward to Jason getting tased. That's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, watch Jason get tased. That will be.
Yeah, that'll be good. But as far as a route goes, honestly, I think we're just gonna get there. I was talking with you actually a couple months ago, maybe a month ago, something like that. We were talking about meeting in, I think it was like Meridian, Idaho, or somewhere close to Boise, somewhere in there. And that was like 650 miles for Kayla and I for the first leg, but that was like the mark in which it would be 1,000 miles to get to Lebanon from there.
Yeah, I think from there it's like 1,025 to Lebanon.
Yep. Little wiggle room for odometer,
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be.
Dude, that's crazy.
Perfect.
I mean, the odometer swing. It's like, I know, with Monsters Over Mountains, with 8 bikes, the odometer swing was 75 miles between 8 bikes.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. It's like, holy crap.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Well, I know, like, on the last honor roll week that I did, on day 7, I was trying to get to that 500 mile mark, and my odometer crapped out on me. And this was on the old bike. One of the issues was that it was when it was hot, or even mild temperatures, but just not cold. On a long ride, 3 or 4 hours in, the speedometer would just quit working, which in turn means the odometer quit working too. I had them look at it a couple times, and of course, when you take things to the mechanic, they never screw up, So they're like, we can't find an issue with it. Well, I'm telling you, it's happening.
Yeah, it's breaking.
Yep, it's broke. So yeah, I just somebody Harley's problem now, local dealer's problem. No longer.
So let's see. Meridian, Idaho, from High Desert Harley-Davidson, which is right off the interstate, to Lebanon is 11:45.
Okay, so it was a little past Meridian that I figured out. I can't remember what town it was. Maybe it was like Rigby or something. I don't know, but
like Twin Falls.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't be a bad one.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. Oh, hey, Wrong Way's here.
Mr. Wrong Way.
Yeah. Let me tell you what. You want me to cool ass, just big hearted monster? That's one of them right there.
Oh, dude, Wrong Way's the best. And we had got to meet him in Sturgis. He was actually waiting at the tent at Wild Ass for us to show up. We got there, and then of course got to hang out and meet up with him and down at Turbo's birthday, which was awesome.
Yeah, no, that man was instrumental in making it happen so that I could ride with Honor on her last day, and get everything lined out for me to arrive in Texas. He was instrumental in that, and I'm very grateful for him. So he's a cool ass dude. He's good people.
And it was pretty cool. We were down there. Actually, Wrong Way came with me and Michael Nielsen when we ran down to Lexington, and they gave him the hookup. He got the new P5 air pump, got the G16 intercom for his helmet, and Lexington hooked up everybody that came down there with me that day down to the headquarters, which was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome. Where is that?
They are a little outside of Irvine, California. It was like 10 minutes. Right on the beach somewhere. I can't remember the name of the town. I don't know if I still have it in. No, because I got a new phone after that, so I don't have Anthony's messages. But yeah, they're, I can't remember the name of the town, but it's like literally on the beach down there in California.
Oh, right on.
That's a pretty cool shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good spot to be. I mean, if you had to have an office anywhere, on the beach sounds like a great spot.
Yeah, they're pretty damn close.
Right off and right on.
It was a lot of fun. So you got any big plans for you're gonna try to do, some more little deal sale promote Loko Motion?
Yeah, I don't. I've got ideas right now. Nothing set in stone.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to try and set up some rides locally to try and get awareness up.
Yeah.
I'm in really good with the Timbertown Harley, their marketing gal who takes care of their
Mm-hmm.
like social media, so on and so forth. I got a good relationship with her, so I really want to set up some rides locally to help promote awareness and see if we can't get some funds raised, with that. I did for my Hoka Hey charity. I did a poker run last June, and that went really well. We had a good turnout, just booking around the valley, hitting different spots, and a lot of people had a good time on that ride. And that was set up based solely out of the dealership, and starting and ending there. So I think it was good for both the dealership and the Wildland Firefighter Foundation charity that I'm riding for. So yeah, and this year is double duty kind of for me, because not only am I doing the 366 for Mile Monsters, and the heroes, but I'm also doing my Hoka Hey charity too. So I'm doing double duty, but I'm gonna do the best I can.
Yeah, and I could see that could be headache's not the right word for it, but definitely kind of put some monkey wrenches and stuff. You're fundraising two different ways, trying to help two different organizations. I mean, both are a great cause, and it's awesome what you're doing. But I can understand could be a little bit of a, I guess, headache is the only way I can think to say it, but it's not the right term.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that's really the right term either, because I don't really view it as a headache. I
Yeah, I
guess
don't either. I'm trying to think of the.
my only concern would be confusion.
There we go.
People following me, whether it be for Mile Monsters or for Wildland Firefighter Foundation, be like, well, wait a second, I thought he was writing for WFF,
Yeah.
and now he's writing for Mile Monsters. Well, guess what, guys? I'm going to take this opportunity to tell y'all I'm doing both, and just bear with me. And
Doubling down, double duty.
Yeah, exactly. So just bear with me, and I'll do my best effort to make sure to clarify, on different posts or whatnot, that which charity that whatever ride will be benefiting from it. So just bear with me on it, because
I don't think somebody you could put them on, and why not try to help both of them? If you get some group rides, get a little pamphlet or whatnot, or flyer made for each, and somebody wants to donate to both or one or the other, advertise both of them.
Yeah.
Because when you're riding, everything you're doing is bringing awareness to both of it. So if you get some little rides down there, why not promote both?
Yeah, and I have zero problem with that too.
Yeah.
Two charities for the price of one ride. Heck yeah. Who wouldn't want to sign up for that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
Yeah, especially with the summer we had last summer. The wildfires were horrendous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're not getting any better. Yeah, they're not getting any better. I'd say the summer of 23 was just slightly milder than the year before, but not by much. And it really too depends on where you're talking about. I think in 22 we had a greater impact here in Oregon, but again, that it depends on weather impacts, weather conditions, where the jet stream's going, what kind of rainfall we're getting, all of that. So it really just depends.
That, and then snowpack like us. This has been one dry winter. God, we had days, I know here, 60 degrees in December. It's like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was a really mild intro into winter, and
Yeah.
it's fixing to get a little sporty around here though. End of the week.
Yeah. Yeah, we're fixing to not leave the fucking mid-20s starting like Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw the teens for me down here, and riding every day. I'm like, oh boy, it's gonna get a little sporty. Let's see what we can
Yeah,
get.
I seen our highs from like 25 to 27, and the lows are mid-teens to high teens. It's like, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
chilly.
I am gonna be sure glad I got those heated grips on that new bike.
Oh, I bet.
Oh,
Have you pulled the trigger on heated gear yet?
Frankie's got single digits forecasted.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's brutal, bro.
Yeah, he's on the other side over in that high desert there, Washington. Yakima, that area they get cold
Mm-hmm.
in the wintertime
Oh yeah.
and hot in the summertime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one extreme to the other. I'm glad the Willamette Valley down here is quite doesn't swing quite that heavy.
Yeah, neither do we up here, being on the other side of the mountains.
Yeah, well, you on the Olympic Peninsula, you get wet all the time.
It's been dry though. I mean, we've had some crazy. This year has been very dry up here, and then of course we haven't been getting jack squat for snow. I know Hurricane Ridge, which is our one area, you go up in the mountains,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was last Wednesday or Thursday, they've only had 4 inches of snow, where normally it's like 3, 4, 5, 6 feet, and the people go up there to go snow skiing, but there hasn't been no snow.
Wow,
it's been crazy. But now that's changing because, like, I know right now our snow level's down around 500-ish feet, maybe just a little less than that right now.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, Kayla and I went up there through the park a few months back. When was that? That was back in, I don't know, March, maybe April of last year. Oh shoot, almost a year ago. But yeah, that was a great riding up there. You've ridden up to the visitor center up there, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful.
Oh, in Port Angeles, or which one?
At a Port A.
Yeah, because that's like, literally, I don't know, 7-8 minutes from my house.
No, I believe it. Yeah, it's probably pretty close.
Yeah.
Port A's not that big.
No, it's not. It's a relatively small town, but you ride that Peninsula Loop all the way up around. That's a good ride. And there's some great places and whatnot, and it's fun. Get up here again. You better make sure you give me a call, you bastard.
Hey, yes. No, I most certainly will. But I honestly don't think that we were.
Yeah, I don't think we were
at that point.
Didn't know each other then.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just one of those weekends where it's just like a weekend getaway for the wife and I, and we just straight boogied. We did
you come up the coast?
No, we came up through Seattle, Bremerton.
Oh, so all through Bremerton, and then so up through like Tacoma and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We did a bunka biker thing at in Bremerton. We stayed with a bunka biker host, and that was a bizarre experience. That one. We've had a couple of bunka biker hosts, and they typically are pretty fantastic. Everybody's welcoming, and I enjoy the experience of just meeting new people and seeing how other bikers do it, and not very many people do it like us monsters.
Hey, what's wrong with just throwing a blanket down and a little bedroll and a freaking. We always seem like monsters over mountains. We've been hitting the church parking lot. It's a great place to take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Pull it behind the church, throw some bedrolls down, and get a few hour power nap. Call it good.
Yeah. And for New Mexico, we were actually planning on camping down in New Mexico. But what we found is that between motorcycle gear and heated gear, rain gear, all of that jazz, and our camping stuff, we were just overloaded. And I think that's partially we could have better equipment to be better equipped for that, and maybe a different setup. At the time we didn't have a trailer.
Well, and I think that's a big learning curve.
What's that?
That's also a learning curve, figuring out gear and packing and different brands where stuff is condenses smaller and
Oh,
just,
100%.
learning outfit and getting your setup dialed in.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, absolutely. And I'll tell you, with just one um with just one person, if it was just me, I could have pulled it off no problem. But then you throw my wife on, whereas that takes up a lot of cargo room. She takes up cargo room because I could put gear in the passenger seat, right? But with
Mhm.
Tua, that's a whole different ball game. It's like playing Tetris.
Tell you what, the trailer makes such a huge difference.
Oh yeah, it does.
And plus, the thing I really like that I've learned is also when you're packing, you get the trailer behind you. Once you're going, you don't even know it's there, but it's also keeping all the weight of what you have, the center of gravity much lower.
Hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely, and there's less wear on the tires too. Even.
Yeah, and I'm debating on pulling the trailer when we go to Kansas because no, Hayden and I are going to camp. The plan is we're going to come back through Colorado and Utah and come up.
Oh, cool.
And so
Okay.
it's like might just take the trailer, throw some of the camping gear and whatnot in there.
Yeah, that'd be rad. Colorado and Utah are great. There was this one highway. We went through Colorado on the way down to New Mexico, and there was this one highway. Just we were almost to the Colorado border, but it cut over Gunnison. Gunnison, I think, is one of the towns that we went through, and then we took a right to go south, and then it just kept winding around and took us through this little canyon with beautiful. The curves were fun. They weren't a pain in the ass. They were fun to ride. It was dry, and it took us up over the Continental Divide, and then as we dropped back down, it was just these vast open prairies and plains, and it was just like holy crap. I called it the highway that keeps on giving because you got the twisty curvies to start you off. That's a real good time, and then you go up into the mountains. You got these real wide, beautiful turns, and then you drop down in the plains and you can see for forever. It seemed, it's just beautiful highway. I'm gonna have to figure out the number of that highway and let you know to ride it because that's
Yeah,
gonna
I've
be
never
awesome.
been through there. The one area that I know that I finally got to see was last year was the Tetons
Yeah,
in
that would be
Western
cool.
Wyoming. That was God. It's just you see so many pictures, and the pictures are just epic. But then when you can see it through your own eyes, it was absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah, 100%. And it's like any of our national parks are like that.
Hmm.
Any of them. You go to them, and all of a sudden it's just like whoa. You see pictures of Glacier all the time, but once you've been there, that's a whole different ball game. You've seen it, and it's just mind blowing.
Yeah, I haven't done Glacier yet either, so I would like to check that out too.
Oh yeah. Wife and I did that a couple years ago, and beautiful, beautiful space.
It's funny you talk about national parks. It's like here, the Olympic National Park is the only one that you cannot drive all the way through. There's
Yeah,
no road that goes through Olympic National Park.
that's true. Yeah, you got to go up and then down. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you can drive into different areas, like down by the Hump Tulips, the Wainuchi,
Hmm.
Salduck, up here, Cushman. There's all these different
Tahoe
areas you can
Forest.
drive up. Yeah, but you
Hmm.
can't go all the way through it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Never thought about that really.
Yeah, one of them weird deals.
Yeah, it works though for them.
It does.
I
It
got to
is a
get my
cool
wife down
place.
to Yosemite here pretty soon. I
That would
talk
be awesome.
I talk Yosemite up like nobody's business because it is just beyond epic.
I
You got
bet.
Half Dome on one side of this giant valley, Yosemite Valley, and then you got the roads that you're going through. And then you can drop back down into I don't know, just west of Nevada, basically. I can't remember the name of that town on the other side, but you drop down into there, and man, it's beautiful. It is so gorgeous, and it's hard to operate a motorcycle on that road. It really is because you're twisting and curving and you're like wanting to look at Half Dome, you're going, oh, that's so cool, and you got to pay attention to the road at the same time.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of some of that area. That would be absolutely awesome to go through.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I most certainly advise it.
So, what's one of your favorite places that you enjoy riding? That if you can, well, of course you're gonna be getting out for a lot of day rides this year, but you got like a go-to area you really just love to go to and just zone and just hit the road.
um One of my favorite just loops that I've done a number of times is like Silver Creek Falls, and that's It's short, it's not real high mileage, but if I like you said, if I'm just trying to get out, zone out, and just ride, that's one of the loops that I'll do. So from here, you go out to Silverton, and then you just ride up into the mountains, and it takes you through this state park with just tons of twisties and curvies. And on the south end of the park, you pop out, and again, it's just big open prairies, open farm fields, wheat fields, grass fields, all that kind of jazz. And that's just east of Salem that you end up popping out at,
Okay.
and then I just kind of hop on the freeway and tootle my ass home.
Yeah,
It
because
worked out pretty good.
Salem is south of you, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, by
Yeah.
about, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, because I had to go through Woodburn down through the area on I-5 to get down to Dallas, where Brad's at, just a little south of Salem
Hmm.
or east, west, something. It's in that area.
Yeah. It's all good riding out here, I think. Once you get up into Portland, it's kind of
Yeah, pass on that.
yeah, ain't nobody
No,
else.
there's some cool areas around Salem. I got did a little bit of exploring one afternoon after doing a test ride, and we put the new suspension on and went out for a little test ride. There's some beautiful farmland and whatnot in that area.
Oh yeah, so out in Dallas is where you're talking about because you went to
Mm-hmm.
Crushing for that, right?
Yep.
So yeah, if you're coming from Dallas, you go through Independence, and then you hop over the river, and there's this South River Road on Salem. It's only I don't know, maybe 10 miles worth of road, but man, is it fun! It's just laying it down side to side. It's awesome and curvy, and some train bridges you go under. It's kind of neat.
There were some. I know it was a couple years ago. Amy and I drove down there. We went from Seaside down to
Mhm.
Dallas and through some countryside. There was some beautiful, beautiful scenery and whatnot in that area.
Oh, did you pass by Spirit Mountain Casino?
I can't remember.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
couple years ago.
Yeah, that's from Seaside. You probably would have came out past Tillamook and the cheese factory, and then dropped down to Highway 22, I would imagine. And that we were just on that road this morning, coming back, coming back from the coast. It's good. All the Coast Range is great. The Cascades is great. The Willamette Valley, yeah, there's some good roads there, but
The coast is great, but it can be a little slow, especially in summertime. I mean, it's so touristy. I mean, everybody
oh
loves
yeah,
the area and it's beautiful. And especially a person trying to make some time up here, definitely won't get it going that way. But you're gonna have some epic scenery and beautiful shit to see.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. Salem to Lincoln City, um, that highway is busy a lot. Um, but um, Salem to Lincoln City is busy quite a bit. But if you go from like Corvallis to Waldport along the Alsea River, that highway is fantastic, and it is not very busy. You'll end up going through like towns like Philomath, little tiny logging town, um, and going up through the mountains that direction. That's a great ride. And then going further south, you've got uh, from we're just south of like Cottage Grove. You can hop on another highway that'll take you out to Reedsport. That highway is a lot of fun too.
There was what did I take that one time when I went down this fall? Was it old 99? You cut it at Portland and take the side highway. It's like along a river for a while. There's like an old dam or mill down there along the river that was just cool as shit to see.
Oh, along the Columbia?
Yeah, uh, no, because I hit Portland and I think I went down old 99 down to Salem. I stayed off
Oh,
I-5.
yeah. Okay. So what you did was probably went through Oregon City, and there's
Yes,
Willamette Falls.
that's the one.
Yep. Yeah, that's a cool spot. That's a really cool spot. You got those old mills that are there that are all shut down, and that's a pretty cool spot. Willamette Falls is awesome.
I wanted to
Absolutely.
stop, but it was raining so goddamn hard that day. I mean, there was standing water, 2 to 3 inches on the highway. It was fucking horrible.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
It was one wet ass ride that day. Oh, Bry. So funny.
What's up,
So,
Craig?
Craig. So, what's one of your favorite rides you've had that really stands out, that really just hit you right, that you just absolutely loved?
Mm, I I don't know, man. I would almost say Phoenix. When we rode down to Phoenix a couple years ago, that was a well, no, New Mexico. New Mexico would probably have to top it because that was my New Mexico was my first. New Mexico was my first time being exposed really to long distance riders. It that was just a phenomenal trip, and there was so much learning for me that happened there just by simply talking to people and hearing stories and realizing seeing the customs of the hookah and what it has to offer and why these various people ride the hookah. Talking to some of the guys that have done every single one.
Yeah, which is
And
crazy.
yeah, and that was a really good time to be able to hear those stories. And it was just my wife and I just cruising along. Got to meet Craig, Andrea, Valerie. More Oregonian long distance riders, which was really cool. Got to stay with them. And well, I'm sorry, we didn't meet Andrea that trip actually, but we did meet Craig and Valerie, and got to stay with them at their house, where Riot also stayed. Shell, Larry Patton stayed there. So we go do the day things, the award ceremony, and going down to Taos, doing various things, and then at night we settle in and just kick it on the couches and listen to stories. And man, that was a really epic trip. The scenery on the way down there was beautiful. The bike, we didn't have any issues with the bike there and back. I don't think anyway. I think we may have had one issue, but it was a really good trip.
Shell's cool. She's such a kick in the pants.
Oh yeah, we love Shell. It was
Yeah.
She showed up at Honor's last day. I didn't know she was going to be there, but I rolled into Texas at Lone Star Harley there, and we were all just kind of BSing, getting everything ready, getting the pack formed up, and she comes rolling in. She gets off her bike. I just look at her. I'm like, Kayla's gonna be pissed. She's gonna be pissed she missed you. Yeah.
It was funny. We did Monsters Over Mountain. She rolls in on Thursday and she's like, "So, what time we leaving tomorrow?" You mean Saturday? What? Yeah. It's Saturday.
I forgot about that. Yeah, she came in a day early.
Yeah, which was still cool. Took her out. Her and Dell showed them some areas around here. Went out by Lake Crescent and showed them stuff, and it was still cool. We still had a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah. It's always fun getting to see these other people that have, been in it a little bit longer. And it's like you said, seeing, everybody's got a different setup. Everybody got something that works different for them. But, seeing how they kind of do things and getting to meet them and hang out with these people that you get to know via all the social media. But when you get to meet them in person, it's so much fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that was the case for me down at Rendezvous. I've talked to some of these folks. I've seen all their posts and pictures of their bikes and so on and so forth. So we met up with Valerie and Craig at a bar just prior to getting into Eagle Nest. It was kind of where the Hookah meet and greet was at a brewery. And so we, shot the shit with them for a while. It was great. And, then we finally decided, okay, yeah, this place is closing down. Let's head into town. Well, we rolled into town and I saw a bike I recognized. And I'm like, oh, hey, babe, that's Twister's bike. You know what I mean? And then I looked next to Twister. I'm like, that's right. Oh, damn, that's Hopper too. So, I was able to point out these people as a result of, social media and, kind of getting to kind of know them even prior to meeting them. Social media is a cool tool.
Yeah. And that's how it was for me last year when I went over and met everybody before they all took off. When Amy and I went to South Dakota to see all of them off on the Hookah, finally get to meet a lot of these people and, fanboy out in a way, I guess you could say. You finally get to see them and meet them and hang out. And it was cool.
Yeah. That was exactly what I was like. I was like a teenager, like, oh my God, that's them, It was pretty wild.
Yeah. But no, and then, the camaraderie within, you got the motorcycle community as a whole, but then you get, the sub communities within the motorcycle community. And it's an awesome group of individuals. There's, people don't have any attitudes and, they're great to help point out things or, bounce ideas off of, and everybody's there just to help and do what they can, just have fun. And it's so cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, it's exactly it. And I do it all the time. I just shot Hopper a message a couple days ago saying, "Hey, have you ever done like protein shakes or meal replacement shakes on the hook of hay?" And just shooting that idea off. I'm like, "Have you done it? Does it work for you?" That kind of stuff. Looking for his
Hmm.
input. And he's like, "I mean, yeah, some people do, but it doesn't." Dylan. Yeah. Some people do it. You just got to try it and see if it works for you.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's gonna have a different setup or something that works, that works for them, and it is. It's all a learning curve. You figure the stuff out as you go, and when you do something like, you're signing up for an epic adventure like that, where there's a little bit more planning, a little bit more goes into it when you're on the road for that long, and not just long as in the 10 to 14-day finishing window, but that long everyday riding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to get real comfortable in the saddle.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Enter in wild ass.
Yeah, right here.
Yep, that's right. Just got ours in the mail today. I was super stoked to see it. I wasn't expecting them for another day or two. So I saw that. I'm like, oh, they're here already. Dope.
Yeah, they make such a difference. It's awesome. It's amazing. You wouldn't think that a little cushion could make that much difference. And it's like, I mean, I were talking. It's like we thought we knew a good amount about them, and then once you go work for Craig and Renee, you go through the little training deals and the videos and stuff they have. But then listening to them and learning, it's like fuck. It's like you literally, I thought it's like fuck. I thought I knew about these seats. Like I don't know shit.
Oh,
But no, it was super cool and an awesome opportunity, and we had so much fun with them.
oh yeah, no, they're great people. And I'm fortunate enough to also be an ambassador, right? As
Yes,
well. So we're working for them. Trying to support those businesses that
that's
make the
right.
motorcycle community great.
If you want to get yourself a Wild Ass, use that code D Woods, get free shipping.
or loco.
For sure. But no, it is an awesome group. Actually, they're going to be down by you in June,
uh, in
down in
June.
Redmond.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a BMW event, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it, June 13th, 14th, 15th, or something like that? I have to look again. I can't remember. But yeah, they'll be down there, which would be pretty cool. I know Amy and I are going to try to hop down there for a day and see them.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Wow, that's, Dylan Rules, another one.
mm-hmm. Pick your code, guys. Pick your code. Team Loko. Let's go.
And Loco's out of here. All right. Yeah, no, it'll be a good time. I'm looking forward to this year. Now that it's like, winter's here and can't ride as much as I would like up here. And of course, you're in a different scenario, but I can't wait for some of the summer adventures and the rides and get out and get to go see everybody again.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be great. It'll be a wild year. A lot of miles happening for me. 366 days. But I got through the first week, so I'm happy with that. Just 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time. Let's keep it going. Because I mean, really, if you think about it, that's what the heroes do too. That's what they do, just 1 day at a time. They have a bad day. They got to push through. Just like if I got a bad day where I'm feeling crappy or the weather's junky, I still got to push through and show them impossible things are possible.
Yeah, perseverance.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Michael. I know we are both going. Actually,
Yep.
be fun. My son Hayden, he's going to ride down there also, so it's going to be a fun run.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. It should be a great time. Yeah, I mean, I can't talk enough about Wrong Way, man. He was so welcoming and he helped out so much. We had a plan, and the plan was initially, for me going down to Texas, I was gonna ride. I was gonna ride, I believe, Hopper's bike, his road glide. He was gonna ride his Pan Am, but the morning, I was on a plane when this happened.
Yeah, I heard about that. I was
Yeah,
talking with Michael the other day.
yeah, it's crazy. I was on a plane when this happened. On the way down there, Hop's Pan Am broke down. So, Wrong Way was like, "Yeah, just take your road glide, no problem." Hop's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah." Wrong Way wrongly had a backup plan. And so I get there. I didn't know any of this was going on. I thought everything was set, ready to go. There were no issues. I get in his truck and I go, "Hey, how you doing?" And he's like, "Great. How was your flight?" "It was awesome. What's going on?" "Well, there's been a lot of things happening here." It's been a busy morning. And he explained to me everything that happened. He was like, "But I got the plan B and we're headed there right now." It was just seamless. Everything worked out so smoothly, and it was all thanks to his planning and making things happen. So got over there, got the bike. It was road glide, awesome bike to ride, comfortable. Got over to his house, mowed down on some pizza, and hit the road. That was it. Beat feet for Tyler. And I don't know if you've ever flown anywhere, and
Not in like 30 plus years.
yeah. So you've never flown anywhere, in 30 years and ridden another motorcycle there. Let me tell you what, if you're going to do that and you're going to road trip, let me give you some advice. Bring heated gear, especially in January.
I don't own none. I haven't taken that plunge into heated gear yet.
It will change your life.
I've heard that.
I hear a lot of the Hoka riders, my monster say, never leave home without it. And let me tell you what, I was looking at the forecast down there before leaving for Texas for Tyler, and I was like, you know what, it's going to be in the high 50s. Lows shouldn't be that bad because we're not going to be really riding at night. Nope, wrong. Very first night I was there, first day off the plane, we're riding. Halfway through our road trip to Tyler, the sun sets, and boy, let me tell you, the remainder of that trip was cold. Nothing that wasn't doable, but I made it. But there was some shivering happening. There was, but yeah, I mean,
it gets cold in Texas. I didn't know it got that cold down there.
Oh yeah, dude. It snows in Texas occasionally, but I was just trying to keep the gear to a minimum, to keep it just to a carry on, and I most certainly would have done things a little bit differently. So if I do that again, I'll certainly do it different. But I was even contemplating not bringing a helmet. Just bringing maybe my little half shell. And boy, I'm glad I took the full face. It was a pain in the rear in the airport, but I'm glad I took it because I would have that would have been a mistake, most certainly.
Dude, the full face, it makes such a difference riding. When I finally went from the half helmet to, I went with the modular, but having that full face, especially when it's cold, dude, it's a huge difference. Like I love the modular. It's like I'll never go away from having a modular.
Yeah. In the summertime, I almost don't even touch my full face in the summertime. I'll just use my half shell most of the time. But unless I'm planning to go live or I need to make some phone calls, something like that. But in the wintertime, that's all I wear. I don't even touch my half shell. It's my winter helmet and my summer helmet.
I still got one. I have one of the badass helmets, a little small clamshell. Mm-hmm. It's not, it's comfortable, but I'm so used to having the modular. Especially if I'm traveling, especially going long distance somewhere, I won't even bring it because I'd rather have the protection.
Yeah, and there's the protection factor too, for sure. I know on the Hoka, I'll probably, I'll be rolling full face probably 95% of the time.
Yeah, I took my half helmet with me when we went to Sturgis this year, but I never even wore it. Mm-hmm. Actually, no, I did one time, and that was the day we were down in Sturgis. It was me and Amy and Renee, and all of a sudden we're looking at the Doppler, and there's all this hail was coming. She's like, "Why don't you leave early?" She goes, "You got 45 minutes to get back to the house." Because if you want, you can get dinner going. Dude, not a problem.
Yeah.
I'd rather beat that and not get beat with the hail in a little half shell.
Oh yeah. No, that's painful. Painful.
Yeah. I've done that once, having to ride down the road with my arm up over my face. I'm just getting beat by hail one time.
Yep.
One of those rides where it wasn't supposed to rain, no moisture, and it started fucking hailing.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about being a meteorologist, if you ever think about changing careers, is you only have to be right 50% of the time.
Not even that.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, up here in the Northwest, man, stuff can change in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Especially with mountains around you, it can throw curves and everything.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why I'm looking at the forecast, and towards the end of the week up here, yeah, it's looking pretty sporty. But I'm hoping the probability, according to their forecast discussions, the probability is not super high, but it's slowly increasing. And I'm hoping it takes a turn for the decreasing of that. We're going to get nasty snow
Yeah.
and, teen temperatures. Yeah. But
Yeah.
typically in Oregon, January and February typically are our worst months for wintertime. So, if it comes, it comes. I'll be riding.
Yeah, they keep saying that up here, and then it goes away. Then we got a chance of it, then you don't. It's like, oh, just find out that day what happens.
Yep. That's it.
Yep. I know Frank asked a question. I know in one of your posts you got the new bike, which I was also curious. Did you get the maintenance plan with it?
No, not the maintenance plan, but I got the full lifetime warranty, powertrain warranty. Um, I got the tire and wheel package, so that's
Smart.
good. I'm looking forward to that. And ESP also. So I got the factory warranty, and then I got ESP on top of that. So this bike will last for a while. I'm very, very thankful for that. And that forever warranty, that's going to be money.
Yeah. For sure. I know a few people, reading on, posts, whatnot, that it's came in huge for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't even have to have it serviced at that dealership, which is another big bonus, and definitely a question that I ask, considering the writing that we do.
Mm-hmm.
That could be, I could be in Lebanon, and all of a sudden, oh shoot, I need a service, and as long as there's an invoice for the service from a shop, then and it says what service, say it's a 20,000 mile service, and it included XYZ based on what's in the service manual, then and any reputable shop will provide that, I would imagine. But sometimes the forever warranty folks will ask for the invoice, but sometimes they won't. So yeah, as long as I keep her old Betty serviced, then I'll be all right.
Yeah, especially when you're going to be going from one side of the country to the other.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's going to be a big factor.
I know that's going to be an awesome adventure to follow along with.
Oh man, I'm so looking forward to it. It's gonna be, yeah, I got like, there's like nervousness or anxiousness about it, but at the same time, it's excitement. A little bit of all of it. I think if I wasn't anxious or nervous about it, then it'd probably be a lot more dangerous for me.
Yeah, good point.
'Cause, let's be real, it's a dangerous endeavor. It really is. And you hear horror stories of people crashing and getting hurt, still continuing, like Riot and other people, but and then there's ones that don't make it. So it's not it's a dangerous thing, but doing it for the right reasons is key. And if I feel like if I wasn't nervous about it and I thought this is no big deal, I got this, then that would be way more dangerous than just the ride itself. It's a combination of attitude, outlook, and realizing what it really is.
Well, it comes down to many episodes back, many mileposts with Go Home Ken.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing yourself and knowing the difference between being tired and being sleepy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And knowing when it's like, all right, cool. It's time to stop. I need to get some rest. And you got to, learn to know your limits and know your body and know when it's okay. I got to stop now because it's, pushed myself far enough and it's just getting too dangerous. And, I think that's a key factor.
Yeah, and absolutely. And one of my most dangerous rides that I've ever been on happened just a few weeks back. I was at work, and I got sick while I was there. It just all of a sudden hit me, and I'm like, holy crap! I need to sit down. And I should have just went home at that time, but I tried to push through to the end of the day, and that was a mistake because the ride home was quite dangerous. I was like nodding off and then like waking up in another lane, and people were honking at me and stuff. It was not good, but I most certainly should have rethought my actions during that ride. But yeah, I can use that experience and imagine what it's like on the hook of hay on, day 7, 8, 9, whatever, to where the body is just shot and done. But, that comes with endurance, Now, that particular time I was just sick, you know what I mean? But I was still fatigued extremely, and
Mhm.
it took a big toll on my body. And yeah, we'll see what happens on the hook of hay. I'm hoping I'm able to, get enough rest just to make it, make it through. And I've got no aspirations of, elite finisher or anything like that. I just want to finish. I want to finish and do the work, that for my charity, the Wildland Firefighter Foundation, and also make sure I'm still riding every day, for the boys of Mile Monsters, because that's what I'm here to do this year, and raise money for them too.
Well, then you mean you still got to ride home when it's done.
Yeah, yeah, that too. I was, I wanted to. I'm already up there, right? I'm already up there in Alaska. I mean, who wouldn't in their right mind just boogie up to Prudhoe Bay? It's only 800 miles from Anchorage or Homer. I can't remember which one I did the mileage from, but it's only like 800 miles. That's just a day. Boogie up there to Prudhoe Bay and start boogieing back down after that. I mean, that's a hard one to pass up.
It is, and I think also comes down to conditions. Frank, not me.
You're not into it, Frank?
We got Wrong Way and Frank. Once that ends, I know Wrong Way, he has plans. He's basically says he's coming, which is awesome. I hope it still works out. But then they're coming down because then we got Monsters Over Mountains the next weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it'll be oh yeah, that's right. Wrong Way said the Arctic Circle sign. That's what he's going for. That's right. And yeah, it'll be a quick turn and burn up there. Get up there, get back.
Especially for the guys that got to go back to the other side of the country. Whew.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think Riot's talking about going through the Canadian provinces, which would be awesome.
Yep. Wrong Way says definitely, which would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Monsters Over Mountain. That's going to be pretty rad this year.
It is. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's been, the whole thing is cool, and it's so that the feedback you get from people and everything makes it really freaking cool.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a lot of fun. You get to do something cool, and I know one thing: I ain't fucking shaving this year. Somebody else.
That's scary for life. Well, it ain't gonna be me.
Yeah, it did. And Amy enjoyed that way too much.
Yeah, you dropped about, I don't know, 10, 12 years on you, buddy. You look like babyface.
I know. I was incognito, man. Nobody knew who I was.
Yeah. I got a little baby. If I shave my beard, man, she'll be like, oh, who are you?
Hey, there you go. You can set some goals for, Loko Motion. You get to this dollar amount, you'll shave. You go clean shaven.
Nope. Craig already asked me that. Craig already asked me that in the in his podcast. He goes, "Hey, is there any? Would you shave for a fundraiser?" I'm like, "Nope, no amount of money."
Yeah, I know. I listened. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'll shave my head. Sure, I'll shave my head all day. I don't care. But or I'll get tattooed. I'll do that too. I'll get tattooed all day.
Get tased?
Well, yeah. I don't know. No, now it's on video. Crap.
No going back now. You heard it here.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if my wife would like that one. My heart condition might like.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, that might definitely say, no, sorry, I can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, she might throw a fit.
But I mean, you think the little, gimmicks you can call them, anything to help try to, bring more attention to it, bring more people in, and get you more attention for what you got going on. Get more funds and get more stuff for the boys.
Yeah, and my thing. Yes, I want to raise funds, but what I kind of anticipate my plans being moving forward is to get more people involved. Not just by donating money, because like that gets done. No, Frank, sorry, no. Pepper spray is a no for me. I would rather get tased than have pepper spray. 100%.
It only hurts for a few, and then you just get some, Johnson & Johnson's baby shampoo and start scrubbing.
Nope.
I've sucked some gas of that stuff back in my days of working for Department of Corrections, and whew, that OC is some good stuff.
Oh yeah, it is potent and no fun at all. No, thank you.
Remember, we had a bad night one time when I worked at the prison. I came home and I was when I was working graveyard. Amy was having a cigarette in the back porch, and I was like 5 feet from her, and her eyes started watering. She's like, "You can strip out here. You're not coming inside of those clothes."
Yeah, you know, hey, we're not trying to steal your thunder there, Jason.
No,
Not
no
at all.
way.
But like I was saying, you know, my thing is I want to get people more involved. You know, I want to raise awareness. You know,
Yeah,
raising funds,
key
yeah,
point right there.
absolutely. I want to do that, but I want to get more people involved, get them to know, okay, well, what are the Mile Monsters? You know, I ask people up here in the Northwest, hey, have you ever heard of the Mile Monsters? Have you ever heard of the Hokahe? You know, both of them, you know, and people go, no, you know, and I don't want that to be a thing anymore.
Well, the biggest thing is, like you said, is raising awareness because, you know, I mean, been involved with Mile Monsters, you know, since it started even beforehand. You know, I got to know Riot when it was a dream, and being able to bring the awareness and bring Duchenne's to people, because so many people don't even know what it is or don't know about it.
Yeah.
And that part is just bringing it forward. You get it more in the public's eye. We get it out there. You get more, and, you know, you hope you can bring more forward, get it out there more. You know, hope for the funding, you know, government wise or whatnot, to hopefully someday we can find a cure where this will not be a life sentence.
Yep. Yeah, I'm all about it, you know, and that's by raising awareness. We get people, you know, aware, and you know, if every third person donates $10, you know, the more people we have, we're not asking everybody to donate. That's not it. You know, we want people to be aware. And when, you know, when they do donate, excellent. You know, that helps us help the boys, you know. But getting the word out and telling their friends about it, and you know, that's going to get more people involved. The more people that we have involved, or you know, aware of it at the very least, then the more funds we are going to raise to be able to help get to where we want to be with that.
Or even come down to them and just sharing the post too. See, hey, you know, you can find more information on, you know, this page, and they go here, they share a post for it. Okay, cool. Now maybe 10 more people just saw it. And as people share it, you know, that's a big thing too, is getting more people. You see it and get it out there more in the public's eye, even through sharing the social media posts,
and that's
get
the beauty of social media.
Yep.
Yeah, and my hope is, you know, when I'm riding on these crazy ass days, you know, what are you doing out here? You know, it is snowing and you're riding your motorcycle. Why? Well, let me tell you.
And that's what comes down to, is the awesome thing too of getting the QR code stickers. They can just scan it. Oh, here you go. Scan this with your phone.
Yep. And that's the plan. I'm formulating a plan on stickering out this bike here in the next, I don't know, week or two probably, and that's all part of it. Getting some Mile Monster stickers on there, you know, getting all the stuff, you know, my Hokahe numbers, all the things on there. So that's in the works for sure.
Oh yeah. You got time. You still got to get it all broken, get everything going, and then figure out, get your setup for it.
Yep. I already have a rough plan in my head. Just need to get some time in the shop to get it knocked out, and you know, that will happen. This weekend was certainly a good little, like, yep, I certainly need that. That goes along with what I thought I needed, you know. You know, I was just getting out on the road with it, and you know, road
getting
tripping,
comfortable with it.
Yeah, and boy, is it a fun bike. It is so much fun.
Oh, I could only imagine.
But you know, I'm kind of babying her right now. I'm just like, you know, just babying her a little bit. But once I hit that 1,000-mile mark, it's ripping time. I'm looking forward to that.
I remember riding with my dad when he bought his 19, and we were cruising down the highway, and all of a sudden he hit that 1,000-mile because he dropped a gear and gone.
Yep.
Like, oh, he must have hit that mileage. Time to catch up.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know what my final mileage was today, but I think I'm almost halfway there.
Nice.
Give it a couple more days, maybe, and you know, between, you know, responsibilities at home and whatnot, you know, I think a couple more days, I think I might have it knocked out, and we'll see.
Then the fun begins.
Oh yeah. And I really get to put her to the test and see what she can do.
Because we'll see, what you got, the 117 or the 114?
14.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So, well, shoot, buddy. Thanks for coming and hanging out tonight.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate you inviting me on and getting Loko Motion some media. That's great. Get some more awareness out for the mile monsters, and I think a lot of your viewers are mile monsters and those that already know. But in any case, Loko Motion is new for this year. Just got done with our first week, so
That's right.
mm-hmm.
I know there's a few, so why don't you go ahead and give sell Loko Motion to us, man.
Loko Motion riding every day this year, 366 days because it's a leap year. I'm riding to raise awareness and money for the heroes of the mile monsters, which are boys with Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. It's a terrible muscle eating disease that there is no cure for. So what the mile monsters do is we try to raise money to fund doing things that helps these kids live their best life. And we do that by doing epic shit, like riding every single day of a year.
That's right.
So if you want to follow me, you'll go to Tim Loko Dickerson, drop a friend request on Facebook, and you'll see the link on my page. You'll also see a tracker that is pinned to the top of my page, the Spot Wallet tracker page, where you can see where I'm at. Wherever I'm at during this year of riding 366 days. You come April or May, be like, I wonder where Loko's at. Go to my page, click that link, and you'll see right where I'm at. Because I don't go far without my bike. That's for damn sure.
Heck yeah. So, well, thanks, buddy, man. This has been a good time. So, hey, don't go anywhere when we end, though. Hang around for a minute.
All right.
But no, thanks, everybody, for tuning in tonight for Milepost 121. Freaking crazy. It's gone this far, man. It's still a blast. And everybody, I'm thankful for all you guys to tune in and follow and join in and hang out, man. It's awesome. And the camaraderie. So thanks, everybody, for supporting this. And if you can, don't forget, man, head over to Spotify, leave a rating, comment, review. It all does help, man. So thank you guys very much. So until next week, man, ride safe, have fun, enjoy the open road. We'll catch you some